John.
The Holy Grail.
Yeah.
And I don't know where. I've avoided looking into this my entire life, truly, because I see so many different ways of going about this. But maybe you can shed some light into what the superficial version is, and then maybe what the true potential nature of it actually is.
Well, most people, when they hear the Holy Grail, they think of the cup of Jesus at the Last Supper. That's usually what they think of. I mean, it's a good fitting symbol for it, but really, from a Templar standpoint, what the Grail is it's the connecting point between our individual consciousness and the consciousness of the Creator, right? It's that meeting point between the two. And in that space is where what we refer to as gnosis can take place, or divine revelatory knowledge. And so this is one of the aspects of it. Some of the other aspects that are associated with the Grail have to do with alchemy. Sometimes the Grail is depicted as an emerald or an emerald chalice. And this is really alluding to the Hermetic teachings of associated with something known as the Emerald Tablet of Hermes. And what the Emerald Tablet of Hermes talks about is it says, as above, so below. And it's giving instructions for how to create something known as the Philosopher's Stone. And so the Philosopher's Stone in alchemy is something that raises consciousness, heals the body, and raises consciousness, heals the body, and can transmute base metals into gold, basically. And so this is also one aspect of the Grail, is this Philosopher's Stone, this secret magical item that can bring about good things in your life. So that's one aspect of the Grail as well. Another aspect of the Grail is usually associated with some would say the when it's referred to as the Sangreal, that it has to do with the bloodline of Jesus and Mary Magdalene. This idea that Jesus and Mary Magdalene were married, they had children, and that there was an entire lineage that came out of them. And what was significant about this bloodline had less to do with, it's not like their blood had like some sort of magical quality to it or anything. What it had to do with is a tradition being passed down through the family line. What would be argued the true teachings of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, which is really of more of a Gnostic type of belief system. When I say Gnostic, the Gnostics believed that anybody through their own efforts could attune with that greater consciousness of God. And you didn't need the intermediary of a priest in order to do it, right? Well, that's bad business for the Roman Church. But that was the true teachings according to, this bloodline, and so they've perpetuated that idea. And the Templars are certainly a part of that. I mean, the Templars have people of all backgrounds, all faiths, all nationalities, all races. But there is a core belief that anybody through their own effort could attain this divine revelatory knowledge known as gnosis. This is really what the Grail is about. And the quest for the Grail. Because the quest for the Grail is about finding that element that restores the wasteland. In the Grail legends, everything kind of goes to crap. According to the stories, there's a king, and he gets wounded, and as he gets wounded, the land becomes wounded, because there's this relationship between as within, so without, and only the Grail can heal that. And so that wasteland is both a metaphor for, the chaos of our lives, and the ruin of our lives when we're not in harmony with the greater consciousness. It's actually I guess it's not just a metaphor, it's an actual thing too, right? When we're out of line with ourselves, when we're out of balance, we do things in the world that lead to more problems, right?
So
Yeah, I mean, just look at our environmental disasters that we have going on right now. I mean, they come from, nobody's trying to cause environmental disaster, but people aren't awake as to what they're doing, and the result is, that's what happens, and it comes back and hurts us. So it's all about becoming awake, more awake, and understanding our connection with the universe.